Hello everyone, and welcome to Thailand, the land of smiles, gentle elephants, rich history, stunning landscapes, and some of the most delicious food in Asia. Join us as we explore lively destinations in Bangkok, journey through ancient ruins of Ayutthaya, wander the charming neighborhoods and temples of Chiang Mai, and relax at one of the most pristine beaches in Phuket. We will show you incredible places to visit, budget-friendly places to shop, great places to eat, and stunning places to stay if you're looking for that extra special hotel with an unforgettable view.
We arrived in Bangkok late at night and didn't do much except check into our hotel, the DoubleTree by Hilton. We chose this hotel because of its convenient location to nearby attractions and the amenities that it offered. For more information on similar hotels in that area, check the link in the description section. The city of Bangkok is full of incredible temples, some dating back to the 14th century. Our first stop was Wat Ratchet, also known as the Temple of the Golden Buddha. This popular temple is home to the world's largest solid golden Buddha statue, weighing 5.5 tons. Out of respect for the sacred culture, we did not film inside, but were permitted to enter the temple hall, walk around, and take pictures. Located just a short distance is Hualampong Temple. This 19th century temple is known by locals as the Coffin Temple. It is where people can donate money to purchase coffins for those who cannot afford it. The temple is nestled in the heart of the city, and it is an exceptional fusion of art, colorful architecture, and kindness. After several hours of walking, we decided to hit up a spa. We landed on the Bamboo Spa near our hotel, and it was just what we needed. We were able to get in without an appointment, and the service, as well as the facility, were exceptional. That evening, we had reservation at the Ministry of Crab to try the famous Sri Lankan lagoon crabs. This restaurant is absolutely exquisite and is one of a kind in Bangkok. They have a variety of giant prawns and crabs served in various styles. We do recommend making reservations in advance because they do book quickly. After dinner, we decided to make a quick stop before we headed back to the popular rooftop Flamenco. It was a lively atmosphere inside with a live band, but they also had a semi-quiet area outside where you could sit, enjoy some cocktails, and watch the city skyline. On day 2, we planned to head to the Grand Palace. We always like to navigate a new city using public transportation if possible. It gives us a good feel of the city and exposes us to the local way of life. We purchased tickets on the Blue Line going from Sukhumvit Station to Sanam Chai Station, which is only 20 minutes away from the Grand Palace. We were absolutely impressed with Bangkok's subway system. Everything from its affordability, cleanliness, and how easy it was to navigate. We recommend you give it a try as an alternative mode of transportation if you're in the city. Once out of Sanam Chai Station, you can walk or take a tuk-tuk to the Grand Palace. we decided to do what the tourists do and took a tuk-tuk. Tuk-tuk are a popular way of getting around in Bangkok. On our way to the Grand Palace, we made a quick stop at the Wat Sakat Temple, or the Temple of the Golden Mount. This is a giant temple complex, and because we were limited on time and did not want to miss out on the Grand Palace, we only explored a small portion of this temple and were not able to go up to the Golden Mount. We asked our tuk-tuk to wait for us while we explored Wat Saket. So once we got done, we jumped in and headed to the Grand Palace, which was about a 10-minute ride. The Grand Palace is the crown jewel of Bangkok. It served as the official residence of Thailand's monarchs for over 200 years. This complex is absolutely massive. It covers an area approximately 2.4 million square feet. So plan for about 2 hours if you want to explore the entire complex. There is a fee to enter the palace, and we highly recommend wearing the correct attire before you arrive. For more information on what to wear and how much it costs, check out the link in the description. On day 3, we booked a private car through the hotel to take us to the city of Ayutthaya. Ayutthaya is located approximately an hour and 30 minutes north of Bangkok. This historic city is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Founded in 1350, it was the second capital of the Siamese Kingdom. This was a major political, economic, and religious center in the region. The city served as one of the largest urban areas from the 14th to the 18th century. However, in 1767, the city was attacked and burned to the ground by the Burmese army. What remains today is the city's archaeological ruins. In this video, we are showing you 5 of the major temples that are not only popular, but also well preserved. For more information on other temples and sites in the city, check out the link in the description. Another way to explore the city temples and archaeological ruins is by small boats along the Chao Phraya River. You can find these boat rental stands along the river, and the price is typically determined by how many temples you want to visit. The Chao Phraya River boat ride is a great way to see the majority of the city, and we highly recommend it if you're short on time. So because we were short on time, we only made one stop at Wat Chaiwatthanaram. This is one of the most iconic temples in the city. Built by King Prasat Thang in memory of his mother, it is also believed to have been used as a primary fortress during the Burmese War. As you arrive at each temple, you'll have plenty of time to explore, take pictures, and your boat will be waiting for you once you're done. Our boat ride with one stop at Wat Chaiwatthanaram was a little over an hour. We then headed back to Bangkok for our final evening in the city. The next morning, we took an early flight from Sukhumvit Airport to Chiang Mai. We booked Shiva D Hotel for our entire stay in Chiang Mai. It's located in the center of Chiang Mai's old city, and this hotel was an excellent pick by Rachel. It had very spacious and upgraded rooms and a great daily breakfast menu. The old city is home to numerous temples, many dating back centuries. Chiang Mai became one of our favorite cities because it has a lot to offer. It's a great mix of old and new, giving us plenty of culture and religious places to explore during the day, and just as many incredible restaurants and bars to visit at night. One place we have to recommend is Wat Si Sanphet, also known as the Silver Temple. This is one of the most popular temples in the city because of its incredible design from metal and silver sheets. Inside and out, this temple is absolutely impressive. Unfortunately, Rachel was not able to enter the ordination hall as females are forbidden. However, they are able to go everywhere else in the temple area. When we planned our trip to Chiang Mai, we made sure to be there on a Saturday night so that we can experience the Saturday night market. This is one of the most impressive and largest markets that we have ever seen. It took up approximately 1/3 of the city that evening, and it is a great place to shop and try different food.
All right, so we just drove about an hour and a half from Chiang Mai up to the Karen Elephant Sanctuary. And so we are just enjoying a little bit of a view and preparing ourselves with mosquito spray and washing our hands so the elephants still like us. We were so excited by the idea of interacting with these gentle giants, but it was very important to us that the elephants were treated with care and dignity. So we were thrilled to learn about ethical organizations like Asian Elephant Projects, ultimately leading us to Karen Elephant Sanctuary. Our tour was a small group experience and reflected the saddle-off model to elephant tourism. Essentially, this means interacting with the elephants in their natural environment, like walking alongside them in the forest. But most of our time was dedicated to food-related activities, which, if you know anything about elephants, makes a lot of sense. They spend nearly 80% of their waking hours eating. We made them banana rice balls and fed them a lot of fruits, vegetables, and bamboo. And in the few instances when this mother-daughter duo were not eating, we went down to the river where we watched them bathe. A few folks even lent a helping hand. And then immediately after cleaning themselves, we watched them frolic in a mud bath, which we learned actually helps protect their skin. This whole day was magical, made even more memorable by our guide and the family. From them, we learned about the history of this mother and daughter, the daily life of elephants, and saw firsthand the passion and responsibility they feel for these creatures. And honestly, one of my favorite parts was actually getting to know the elephants. The daughter was playful, curious, maybe even a little mischievous, and the bond between these two was evident.
On day 6, we made our first stop at Wat Phra Si Sanphet. This is one of the most important temples in Chiang Mai. They say you have not been to Chiang Mai unless you visited Wat Phra Si Sanphet. This Buddhist temple dates back to 1383, and it is a great place for worship and visiting if you're in the area. The temple is famous for its golden stupa, breathtaking views, and unique art. On the way back, we plan to take the 2-kilometer scenic route known as the Monk Trail.
All right, right now we are on the Monk Trail from a very famous temple up that hill. It's a couple-minute walk on the road, and then it's very steep at the beginning, but as you can see, it's evened out a little bit, and this is going to take us to a more secluded temple at the bottom. These names will be in the link at the bottom. I'm not going to mess them up for you. But right now it's wonderful. It's really secluded. We're the only ones. We've seen a few people coming up the trail. That seems to be the more popular route. We're going down. So yeah, follow along. Obstacle number 1. I can do this. Thank goodness we put on bug spray and that it's mostly shaded. Definitely need good shoes though. Maybe a walking stick. Okay, that was the last bit of the Monk Trail, and it was great until the very end. A little steep, but thankfully not too bad. All right. To the temple.
Wat Phra is the secret jungle temple of Chiang Mai. It is often called the Monastery of Sloping Rocks. At Wat Phra, you get a feeling of peace. The shadow of trees, the sound of river, and small waterfalls intertwining with magnificent views. This makes walking around the complex very relaxing. For any kind of shopping, food, and drinks, there's no better place to get it all than Wat Mahathat. Located only 10 minutes outside of Old City, this spot has it all. Wat Mahathat is busy day and night, which is why we went back that evening to try some delicious local food from the dozens of food stalls that were set up in the court area. For the final leg of our trip, we took a flight from Chiang Mai to Phuket, which was about a 2-hour flight.
Our drive from Phuket Airport to Kata Noi Beach took us about an hour and 45 minutes, and this was mostly due to heavy traffic. The shore at Katathani is an adult-only resort overlooking Kata Noi Beach. This place was incredible. The hotel is loaded with amenities, style, and all-around amazing service. We picked this hotel so that we can spend our last few days in Thailand just relaxing after running around and exploring both Bangkok and Chiang Mai. The villas are designed for both luxury and comfort. Every villa comes with its own infinity pool, along with a panoramic view of Kata Noi Beach. This hotel is massive. It has multiple outside pool areas, bars, daily breakfast restaurant, a spa, a gym, and a private beach access to Kata Noi Beach, as well as plenty of restaurants, bars, and spas nearby. So as you can imagine, we spent the next few days hanging out and enjoying our own private pool, the room service, and generally just being lazy and occasionally exploring Phuket's nightlife. The hotel certainly was a great way to finish an amazing trip to a beautiful country, which we plan to visit again next year on our year-long trip. So that is it for now. We hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out the description section for more detail on these locations. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a comment to let us know what you think. Thank you for watching.